Welcome to Insurance Made Simple. My name is Brian, and today we're going to be talking about cheap car insurance, specifically how to get cheap car insurance for you, how to save you money today. I'm going to review the top 15 ways that we can save you money. All you're going to need to do is call your agent, ask them any one of these few tips, and see how much money you can save. Let's get started. By the way, there are 3 don'ts and 12 do's. Let's do the don'ts first. Number 1. Don't buy gap insurance. I'm going to do a separate video on gap insurance. I don't have time to go into it today, but if you own a new car and let's say it's 3 years old, you get in an accident, it's totaled. Typically after 3 years on a new car, you're going to owe 20% more than what it's worth. That's just because of how fast cars depreciate. We all know you go buy a car, drive it off the showroom floor, and you already lost 20%. So you get in that accident, 3 years later, you owe 10 or 20% more than the value of the car. And if you don't have gap insurance, you're going to have to come out of pocket. On a $50,000 car, 20%, you're going to have to come out of pocket $10,000. So gap insurance is important. What's more important is don't buy it from the car dealer. You will get ripped off. Buy it from your agent. It will cost you a fraction of what the car dealer would charge you. It just saved you a ton of money, and I've only done one tip. All right, number 2, don't assume that you already have the lowest rate, because so many times these big companies, like the one that has the green gecko, and they tell you that you can save so much in so much time, and then you might, but chances are you might not. My neighbor actually had the green gecko, and I saved her over $900 in a little bit of time. So it's don't always assume you've got the best rate. Shop around. All right, number 3, don't buy a new car until you call your agent and find out what it's going to cost you to insure it. What if you buy the car and then you can't afford the insurance? So, or what if you have 2 cars that you're looking at and you're trying to decide which one do you want? Well, it might be a simple solution if one of them has less insurance costs. Number 4, now all the rest of them are do's. Okay, number 4, do tell them if you are married. Also, what your occupation is, because if you're a doctor or a nurse or an engineer or, I don't know, who else is there? A teacher. Any one of those will give you an occupational discount. Now, if you don't qualify, it doesn't mean you have a bad occupation. It just means that your occupation doesn't have an agreement with these companies. In my opinion, if you're a doctor or a nurse, you should get twice the discount just because of what you've been put through during this pandemic. I digress. All right, number 5, do ask if your insurance company has affinity discounts or group discounts. So like if you're a AAA member, if you belong to a motorcycle club, or if you belong to a national organization like NRA, many times they've got relationships, affiliations set up where you can get a discount, but they don't know if you don't tell them. Okay, number 6, do insure all your cars with one carrier, because if you have 2 cars, you're definitely going to get a discount. So keep it with one carrier. Number 7, do ask about package discounts. Now, this is different. This is if you have a car and a home. By doing both, they bundle it, and oftentimes it can save you money. Sometimes not, but it's worth trying. All right, number 8, do pay the premium up front every 6 months or every year if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, then give them your checking account and routing number so they can do a debit versus having to pay for the charge of the credit card. Number 9, do agree to receive documents online versus snail mail. That will save you money. Number 10, do find out if you qualify for any extra discounts if you have defensive driving or if you have a student that has a B or better average. They're going to ask you to prove it, but that's okay if you can. And if you drive less than 5,000 miles a year, that also may save you some money. Number 11, do tell them if you have an alarm system. Number 12, do tell them if you have a vehicle recovery system. Different than an alarm system. That's like a low jack system that allows them to recover the car if it's stolen. Number 12, I just did number 12. Number 13. Good credit does count, except in California, Hawaii, and Massachusetts. But if you have any credit issues, pay off the small little collection accounts, if you have any, before you get an insurance quote, because the type of report they pull is a consumer report and it will make a difference. Number 14, make sure you tell the agent if you're a homeowner. That will save you money. And number 15, do always get at least one quote from an independent. What do I mean? Not a State Farm, Allstate, Farmers. They're captive. They only can give you the products they sell. An independent like me, I can give quotes from like 14 different carriers. So I did that in less than 6 minutes. That's the top 15 ways that you can save money today. Call your agent. Bye-bye.